We're gonna get into a little bit of therapy today for ya. Hope everybody's doing good. I took the weekend off just because I felt like it and shit. You know, it's great when you don't have to actually go to a job and you know, your actual purpose now is to share your experience with others, to help others get through their experience or to dodge a potential experience that could maybe take your life. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope that the video that I made for Dr. Virtual 7 and everything, in case you're getting attacked spiritually and didn't really know that that's what a lot of this shit was. I hope that, what is happening? That's something else, huh? Anyway, so I hope that they helped, yeah. Anyway, what I want to talk about, because most of us, all of us have narcissists in our life. Some of us still have them. Myself, I don't. I had to get rid of everybody. So with that being said, it's literally just my boyfriend and I, because he did the same thing. He had to walk away from his family of narcissists. We had similar friends who were narcissists, and we were the two empaths. We were like the two nice people in the group, but we were also two weak at the time, because when you're asleep as an empath, you get taken very easily, right? The more that your enemies, though, keep wearing themselves out trying to jab you, trying to throw jabs, like trying to find information on you, trying to lie on you, trying to keep up with the lies that people are now starting to see was bullshit, because now when you pull your energy away and you're not there anymore, it's like, well, I thought you said this, I thought you said that, how come this? Well, they're not even here anymore, and rat-a-tat-tat-tat. The more that they just put energy into you, right? So I use like a metaphor as like throwing jabs. You know how when you're watching boxing and you just see like the one guy is like, like Mike Tyson, he used to just let motherfuckers wear themselves out, and then it's like, by that time, it's like, boom, one shot, and it was done. Before, he was biting ears and shit, but when he actually started swinging, he was fighting, it was like, he would let them wear themselves out, that's kind of like what I do, so they're no match for me either way when it comes to getting into any kind of battle, especially spiritually, because I'm very spiritually grounded, and I know who I am, I know what kind of power I hold, and I know that they ultimately always get caught up in their own bullshit, right? It's like that snowball effect of just more heaviness, more shit piling on as further they go down the hill. But the more they do that, it's like the more your dodge game gets on fleek. You don't even have to counterpunch, because they're basically just coming back around at some point, and while they're swinging at you, they're coming right back around and hitting themselves in the face. You see what I'm saying? Do not fight back with these people. They live for it. They love it. They don't even care at one point if they get exposed. It's just if they can rile you up or get a reaction out of you, that's all they want. So when you argue back with them and you fight back, even if it's defending yourself, you taking your energy back and not saying a word and allowing the truth to come out on its own is defending yourself. And then you also get to live your life and be happy and just, I don't wish for anybody's downfall, but shit needs to get done. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it came to my family, working for my father, my mom had a really bad shopping addiction. The shopping outweighed the money coming in, right? Now, regardless of whatever my dad's things were he liked to do, he liked to play tennis and he liked to smoke pot, okay? They like to hide the fact that they smoked pot, but they like to tell everybody else about my drug addiction. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody was allowed to know that we smoked pot. Don't let them come over. I didn't have any fucking sleepovers as a child because of this, and I got looked at like I had three eyes when I went over to sleep over kids' houses as a child because I reeked like pot, They didn't care about that. Just don't tell anybody, but they reeked. They didn't realize like how bad you smell of it all the time. Like, I used to talk to neighbors and they would say, do your parents really think that we don't know that they smoke pot? But like I said, narcissists don't want any of their private stuff getting out, but they don't mind sitting around a table gossiping and talking about other people. Eventually, like, this shit comes out, Some people know already their secrets, but they don't have the balls to say it. I'm the kind of person, this is why I have nobody around me, is because I'll just say some shit as I feel like saying it, because I put my own shit out there. That's another thing with narcissists. Put your own shit out there before you start exposing them, if that's what you were called to do, because they won't be able to wait. to throw your shit out there. I had to actually, on my Facebook page publicly, talk about my meth addiction I had, my pill addiction and everything, and how I chose men over my son. I had to actually throw myself in front of the bus before I did that, because they're not listening to the lesson here. They're just waiting, like, to respond, you know? It's kind of funny, really, when you think about it, because didn't realize there was that much room in the sandbox, you feel me? Now, my mother was really good at thinking for my father and putting thoughts into his head, and he would just go with the flow. He lost his manhood to her. I love my father. He was my favorite person in the world, but, you know, I lost respect for him because I saw that he didn't know how to defend himself with her, and she just kind of took over. And it was like, you know, you're supposed to be the man of the house. That's here nor there. But my point is, they will literally say that my drug addiction, even though I showed up for work all the time, you never knew if I was high or not. You know what I'm saying? The funny thing is the days I was sober, he would accuse me of being high, and my boyfriend and I just used to laugh about it, like, I fucking wish I was high right now, you know what I'm saying? But just because of the way I look, though, I would look healthier, and he would say you look high. And then the days where I looked like I literally got drugged by a truck there, like, he didn't have anything to say. You never knew what my work, though, because my work ethic is so solid that you never knew if I was high or not. It never affected his business. It never affected the way I worked, okay? No one can take that from me, and they won't. My mother's shopping addiction, though, no fucking doubt, is what single-handedly destroyed my father's very successful and potentially even more successful business. Hands down, I'm not even asking and taking polls on it. That's the fucking final answer, and I'm not voting a friend, all right? When you are still buying and shopping online and going to malls, and your husband's having a slow season, because in roofing you have slow seasons, and you don't conform, you know, to that slow season, you're going to eventually lose, and you're going to be in the hole, right? But they don't want to admit this. They both admit it about each other, right? So my mom would say, well, Dad smokes too much pot. He deserves to smoke whatever fucking kind of weed he wants. He works his ass off. He's not in bars. He's not going out and talking to other women, you know? He doesn't go out and shop for anything unless it's a fucking tennis racket and work clothes, right? And tennis shoes. And she would get frustrated even hearing about him playing tennis. It's like, you can't please her. My mom's the kind of narcissist that you can't please. Everything revolves around her. Everything's happening to her. Nobody else is sick. Nobody else is hurting. And you know, she's never the problem in any situation. I don't know how I even dealt with her abuse for so long, because it is abuse. It's not the kind of abuse that we're used to, like being hit, but she did that. She hit me as a child. She used to hold me down and shit like that, you know, but I don't really see that as abuse, because I'm a lot stronger than her. I'm a lot stronger than all the women in my family, right? While my mother and my sister used to like running their mouth about me, neither one of them worked a hard day in their life. Neither one of them. I was the man in the family, basically, as the female, because I'm the one that went and roofed every fucking day and got cut and got hurt and fell and came home filthy. And, you know, it's just funny how these two, literally, I'm starting to realize now that there was a little bit of jealousy and envy, because I got a lot of attention being a very hard worker as a female and outworking even men, most men I was next to, which is why I attracted narcissistic men as well. I realized that because my dad was really tough on me and he didn't show me a loving side of him, it was very cold and like militant and like always learning lessons and teaching you lessons kind of thing, that they're the kind of guys that I dated. I didn't go for the kind of guys that were really good. I didn't want the good guys. You know, most empaths want the bad boys, right? We don't want the good guys because we think that they're boring until they wind up doing us dirty, cheating on us, fucking literally trying to kill us and all kinds of other shit. But everything stems from your childhood, whether they want to admit it or not, right? At one point you get to the point in your life where you're like, I don't even need you to accept it. I'm fucking telling you that the reason that I made bad decisions in this, that, or the other, well, not just because of my end, right? Because they were, but because of you as well, okay? You won't hear this from them because they know this. They're not stupid. They understand this, that they shouldn't have got high with you. You know what I mean? You know, they shouldn't have told you private things that were going on with your mom and then your dad, and then they put you in the middle, and it's like, don't tell Dad that I bought $600 boots, even though I'm on the roof with him watching him kill himself every single day while he's on the roof going, your mom's fucking killing me, babe. Talk to each other. Why are you putting me in the middle of this? And then it turns out that they don't talk to me. You know, at one point, either one of them talk to me. Who the fuck do you think you are? You both sat there and don't tell Mom I got weed. Don't tell mom I bought this much weed. Don't tell dad I got this purse. What? Do you realize the damage that you've done? Do you realize the part that you played? Because I know now that they're watching my videos. I know that a lot of people that I know are watching my videos, right? It's going to help the people who want to be helped, and it's going to piss off the people who never think that they have any wrongdoing in any fucking part of their life, right? Unless it's good, unless it's something positive. My drug addiction is not the reason. I would go to my parents and say, if I needed money, not can I have, can you lend me, can I work? And they can't take that away from me either. I would always go to my father and say, can I work? As an employee, I shouldn't have to sit there and ask my dad if I could work for money. But because of my mom's spending, he couldn't afford to keep me on full time. So it's like her bullshit affected his business and my work, and I'm the only one who sees it. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I'm the only one who sees it. I'm the only one who will say the shit, okay? The truth hurts. It doesn't always have to hurt. It doesn't hurt me. The truth about me, I mean, I've said it on multiple videos on here, you know what I mean? I made bad decisions. I mean, I chose bad things over my own child. I had dinner with my child for our birthday the other night, and I told him this. I explained to him that I was not ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm honest with him. I fucked up. I made bad decisions. I wasn't ready, you know? Something that my mom could never say to me. She'll just, like, take shit out on me and treat me a certain way, but she'll never actually come out and say, I made a mistake, I shouldn't have got pregnant, I wasn't ready. You won't hear a narcissist say that. You won't have a narcissist like what I did was get clean and sober because I wanted to be with my son again, and I did, and I am. My parents don't know how to sacrifice. My mom would never said, well, I'll shop less if it means Teresa can get more work because she needs work, or my dad saying, I'll smoke less weed. So it means that, you know, I can afford to pay you more. I didn't really get raises. I was talking to other roofers who were making almost double of what I was making, and they weren't even working as hard as me, and they weren't working as long as I was. It's just crazy, and it's the truth. Don't fucking work for family, especially if your family member is a narcissist, okay? The truth hurts some people. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt me. Certain people, it's like truth sets us free, actually. And even if it hurts, it doesn't have to stay that way. You know, we're not supposed to stay in a certain mindset and we're not supposed to be like grumpy and like, hey, Bert, all the time. We're supposed to get over some shit. We're not supposed to carry it around, and we're damn fucking sure not supposed to project it onto somebody else just because we're having a bad day. It's like, get the fuck out of my face with that. Even at my worst, and my son admitted this at dinner, I said, even at my worst, my spirit was always the best spirit in the room. Regardless of what I was smoking, snorting, whatever. I never injected anything, you know. But regardless of what drug I was on and how high I was, or if I didn't sleep for 3 months, right? I was always the happiest fucking person in the room, and my spirit was always shining through everybody else's. And you can't take that away from me either. And I feel like a lot of times, like, it's sad that people are this evil, but people want it. They'd rather see you down. It makes them feel better when you feel like shit. And I just can't feel like shit. I don't have bad days. I don't have bad days, and I'm not going to act like I do, right? There's some people that they only know bad days. They look forward to bad days, and then they project those bad days onto somebody else. You can't do it to me because I don't do it to you, right? I don't know if I said this in any of my videos before, but an earth angel, which is what I am, an earth angel doesn't need to be in the same mood that they want to put somebody else in order to do it. We can have like a shit day and you will never know, and we'll still make your fucking day. That's strength. That's power, because not many people can do that, right? I think that's it. That's all. This shit takes a lot out of me, you know, because it's energy. Everything is energy, and when I start talking about all this shit, it's like, you know, it brings up shit for me too. But like I said, when you start to understand that everything in life, every fucking situation, there's a reason why you're placed in people's lives and them yours, and you have these, oh my God, how you been? And crossing people's paths, there's a reason for all of it. I seen this woman here outside, and her son looked just like my son looked at 17. Now this was right before I had dinner with my son and was talking to my son again. I literally started crying because I can see that the mom was real thin and didn't look good, and you could tell she's on either crack or meth, right? And this was God's way of saying, this is what you look like with your son. Okay? On your phone, probably like calling people, texting people, right? I can honestly admit this shit. You know how many people can't do what I'm doing right now? This is strength that somebody can't even compete with. And I'm not doing this to just say that. I'm doing it because it's the truth. So I got upset. I would look out the window like, oh my God, like I even told my boyfriend, he looks just like Anthony did at that age. And it was exactly around the age when I started fucking up, and it was getting really bad and everything like that. And it was God's way of saying, this is where you were, look at where you're at now, right? Where were you 2 years ago? If you're, like take a look at yourself now, and take a look at yourself where you were 2 years ago. Are you in a better place or a worse place? I'm not here to judge, but for me, I have come so far in just a year and a half, almost 2 years, more than a person can in a whole fucking lifetime. Do you understand? There are not many people that can bounce back like this, and I'm very grateful that I can. So I wound up, after having dinner with my son and la-di-da-da-da, and it was amazing because we just have amazing conversations. I always have amazing conversations with him. I have amazing conversations, period, because I actually talk about substance. I'm not the kind of person that sits there and is like, so, how's this one? What's this? So, I don't know how to do small talk. It bores me. So, I seen the mom outside yesterday, and I can tell when God wants me to say some shit. I'm a messenger. I've had messengers come to me with little these nuggets, these bits of information, but I wasn't always intuitive enough. I was intuitive enough, but it was never really on fleek like it is now, where I've received the messages I got from people, right? So now I am going to be a messenger for people because of my experience. So I seen her outside. She was on her phone, and she looked like she was like, doing what we do when we're addicts, right? And I said, I seen your son outside. He looked like my son at 17. I told her the whole story, and I looked in her face, and I said, I lost him for a while because I was on meth and I fucked up. And she literally looked at me. She goes, I've been there. Now, I know she is there, right? But that's not for me to judge. My thing was, I wanted to let her know, God will take him from you if you don't change. And then it's up to you to better yourself before he brings him back. Because it looks to me like that's all she has. And I just wanted to make sure that she got a message, maybe like, don't let it get to the point where it did with me, where now you're fighting. Well, I'm not fighting to get him back now, because I did the fighting part already, and I did the work on myself. And she goes, yeah, well, he's an old soul, and I just said, so is mine, and my soul was a little too young for my own good, if you feel me, Sometimes we need to just open our mouths and say some shit and not worry about how the other person is going to receive it, but more like for her son, right? Maybe I changed her mindset. Maybe, and I know kind of maybe a far stretch, maybe she decided not to call whoever she was going to call. Sometimes we just got to plant a seed and walk away. We're not supposed to try to change people or judge them. We're supposed to lead by example with our shit. We're supposed to do and not just say, because I had a lot of people in my life judging me about what I was doing, but it turns out they weren't doing much better. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot more shit about my family's personal life than they fucking know that I know, okay? I know you guys know that I know how imperfect you all are, but I never judged you. I never once judged anybody for mistakes they made, accidents they got into, drugs that they did, cheating. I never fucking did. Not once. I treated everybody the same, and I expect the same, or you can't be around me. You don't deserve my presence. Anybody. If you can't be around me without judging mistakes that I made, because my mistakes made me the most amazing fucking person that I am today. I am my best version of myself because of my mistakes. Can you say the same? So if you have judgment, you're not allowed in my energy space, period. Okay? It's not a loss for me. I realize I'm a loss for everybody else. The empath is a loss for everybody else because we're understanding, we're caring, we're compassionate, we don't judge. Where you gonna find somebody like that these days? You can't even build a bitch like that, okay? You can't build a bitch like me. And I know there's a lot of women out there like me, and there's a lot of men out there like me where we just know our worth, but other people didn't. And sometimes it's actually the opposite. Sometimes they know your worth more than you do, and that's their problem, right? Either way, I love you guys. I hope this helps some people. You know, don't judge. Announce your flaws, right? We all have them. Nobody is perfect. And the ones who try to act like they are the most imperfect motherfuckers I've ever met. Bet. Bet on that. I love you. Have a great day today. Mwah.